Part 1. The Anthropology of Synchrony. How human brains learn to move in the same world. Modern political analysis tend to begin with institutions, economics, moral codes, or ideology. But beneath all this lies something older, more animal, and far more fundamental. The rhythm of shared perception. Human groups survive by tuning their nervous systems into coherent pattern, breathing together, thinking together, fearing together, or aspiring together. Synchronization is not cultural ornamentation, it is metabolical requirement. Long before civilization, humans coordinated through rhythm, tracking prey, maintaining vigilance at night, dividing labor without explicit language. The earliest social technology was not the spear or the myth. It was the pulse of attention moving across a group at the same time. This pulse is what I call the synchronization device, the mechanism by which a society aligns in emotional, cognitive, or perceptual tempo so individuals can inhabit the same reality long enough to act together. Rhythm before narrative. Long before humans had stories, they had entertainment. Infants match their breathing to the caregiver. Groups walk in synchrony unconsciously. Ritual dances create metabolic coherence long before they produce symbolic meaning. Anthropologists often describe these as cultural artifacts. But synchrony is deeper than cultural. It sits in the brain stem and endocrine system, heart rate coupling, breath pacing, mirror neurons signaling, vocal mimicry, collective vigilance cycles. A group that synchronizes survives. A group that doesn't fractures. Human evolution is the story turning this biological synchrony into cognitive synchrony, the ability to regulate not only movement but meaning. Synchrony as a metabolic economy. Synchronization reduces the cost of being in group. When attention aligns, a tribe becomes safer, more predictable, more energy efficient. When attention fragments, every individual must scan, interpret, and anticipate alone, burning massive cognitive fuel. This is why humans invented communal rituals, shared myths, synchronized speech pattern, moral codes, political ceremonies, bureaucratic routines, digital trends. These all are variation of the same function, reduce cognitive entropy inside the group. Synchrony is therefore not a luxury. It is the mechanism by which collective life remains metabolically affordable. The first synchronized device. If we strip civilization down to the bone and hormone, the earliest devices were rhythm, clapping, drumming, chanting, walking in step, primitive but extremely efficient, mimicry, imitating facial expressions, postures, tones, a primitive form of consensus, ritual repetition, action repeated until they anchored identity, a cultural metronome, narrative loops, myth that structured time and possibility, a shared cognitive scaffolding, emotional broadcasting, fear, joy, or awe, collective emotional amplification. Early societies synchronized through emotion more than logic. As population grew, these devices scaled into political institutions and sacred orders, but their function remained unchanged, keep people inside the same perceptual frequency. Synchrony creates the illusion of shared world. A society is not a collection of individuals, it is the rhythmic field. People who grow up inside the same rhythm field do not simply share norms, they share assumptions about reality. They develop synchronized expectations of danger, trust, authority, time, fairness, conflict, ambition, social mobility, meaning. Once synchronized, people mistake these shared expectations for objective reality. This is why cultural conflict feels metaphysical. It's not an argument over ideas, it is a clash between distinct perceptual rhythms. Different societies do not see different things, they synchronize to different things. The two primitive modes of synchronization. Every society defaults to one of two ancient modes. Emotion-based synchronization, fear, shame, honor, charisma, ritualized tone, common in fragile society environments, energy-intensive but fast. Logic-based synchronization, procedure, evidence, rational coherence, institutional trust, common in stable environments, energy efficient but slow. This distinction is not moral, it is ecological. A high threat environment optimizes for emotional entrainment. A stable environment optimizes for cognitive alignments. Both are synchronization devices, but they produce radically different civilizations. The anthropological thesis: humans do not form societies by agreeing on belief. They form societies by synchronizing the rhythm that make belief possible. Rituals synchronize bodies, language synchronizes attention, institutions synchronize expectations, digital network synchronizes perception. This is why modern chaos feels so overwhelming. The synchronization devices that held reality coherent have fractured, leaving individuals with incompatible rhythms of time, motion, and logic. Understanding these devices is the key to understand why some societies produce progress while others remain trapped in theatrical survival loops. The next chapter will distinguish these modern explicitly fee-based versus logic-based synchronization, the real divide between performative modernity and cognitive modernity.